East Street Circuit, the two Nissans going side by side as everybody hustles for positions on the first of 95 laps around this Newcastle Street Circuit.
That's where it all went wrong for Wing Cup yesterday, when that little rub with Michael Caruso was enough to take him out of the Saturday race contention. They snaked their way down the hill for the first time. A clean start by McLaughlin. He leads the way, trying to double up on yesterday. He's not worried about finishing top 11, he's worried about winning in style. Strategy call to get him out of traffic, or there could be damage on Garth Tanner's car.
That felt like about 280.
I think it's a strategy call from Gary Rogers Motorsport. And now there's movement in the lane. Potentially Scott Pye will pit this lap.
Tander made up one position as through they come Newcastle at the end of lap number 1. It's Scott McLaughlin in car 17. Shane Van Gisbergen is second. Winterbottom third. Reynolds, Whincup, Rick Kelly, Caruso in 7th. Coulthard in 8th. Todd Kelly 9th in his final race, and Cam Waters is now 10th. Because we've got 3 cars in the pits at the end of lap number 1.
So the yield here is clean air. That's what they're fighting for. You go down pit lane, take on tyres. You need to take on 140 litres of fuel in this race, so they'll have a big drink now.
So they're going to be smashing.
And that would be, to me, Matt, pre-planned. As Tander gets around Pye in the pit stops, Pye potentially taking on more fuel. 140 litres of Shell Racing fuel to be sucked into the tanks throughout the 95
On the second of 95 laps around here today, it's McLaughlin with just under a second advantage. Saw Percat going through in the 14th different livery, the Timken McLaren orange sponsored car this weekend. And Dale Wood will go through the pits at the end of the next lap. A pit lane penalty for his entry speed.
He got one at pit exit yesterday, now he's getting one on pit entrance. Dale Wood's last full time in Supercars,
Got to make it perfect.
is unfortunately going to result in a pair of penalties. One yesterday, one today. So, drive-through penalty for car 99. And the second of the Mobil 1 HSV cars comes in. This is the Boost Mobile entry. And they'll take on fuel and tyres. So, preemptive plan here for the teammates of Pye and Courtney.
McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Where he goes. Found the wall during qualifying earlier today. See transits the lane, 27 seconds to go from one end.
And
7 seconds. 21. Heading down to turn number 1. Simona Di Silvestro. Further back in the field there, the Harvey Norman.
From Shane Van Gisbergen's point of view, like to go out, not too much. Scott McLaughlin saved one of his best starts of the year. That's what we mean about him this year. He has clinched the big moments, the Bathurst top 10 shootout, all these things that he needed to be cool, calm and collected. He's done it when he needed to. Garth Tander, he said he picked up a spot on the opening lap. Might just have been Simona Di Silvestro. How's the crowd down there at turn 1 as they bump and shove.
Davison back in 13th, Nick Percat in 14th, and Lee Holdsworth won the big mover and shakers yesterday, wasn't he? In race number 1 from 18th, inside the top 5.
just happy the first 5 laps and go back down.
Yeah, they've got to dump 30 litres of fuel in
so we settle into a rhythm here in Newcastle.
So they're going to be
5 laps in. So far, 4 cars have pitted. Two LTM cars. Right back there in 25th, 26th. Scott Pye sideways at the turn number 1 in the tribute car, which he's kept since Sandown back in September. Down to turn 5, 6 and 7. This is where we saw that incident on lap number 1 yesterday. They did some track repairs overnight down there with some cracking down there and some concrete in just a tough today after retaking the lead and their dominant win.
drivers to get a good qualifying position in the Virgin Australia Supercars Championship. The 10 drivers who made today's shootout are the 10 drivers that fill the top 10 right now.
As soon as these couple of cars go past.
Albeit in a slightly jumbled up order. We go on board with one of those drivers right now, and this is Michael Caruso. Have you noticed this is a slightly different it looks very World Endurance Championship.
Yesterday, we originally shot on Friday. We're much closer than we've been most of the season.
Adds an extra element of speed to it almost. It's definitely a different look inside this car.
Hasn't slowed his gear change application up though.
Makes it look more rapid, if that's possible.
It's on the back of his teammate Rick Kelly, just peaking at 7,500 second gear. Gradually on the right hand side. Parallel to Bobby's feet. Running back in 7. Replay. This is Simona. Down the inside and giving the no argue to car 14. So Iron Maiden goes up to 16th place now.
Michael Caruso's daughter.
Well, this would be messed up, that makes sense.
How's the chrome look on the
That's what I'm waiting for.
clutch work behind the steering wheel? That's definitely different this weekend.
That's what it sounds like.
Haven't noticed looking back at him this year.
Definitely smaller paddles. When
Yeah.
they had during the season, they were black as well. 7 laps in. So 3 Nissans inside the top 10. First lap's good. Of David Reynolds, fastest 1,000 champions this year with Luke Gilden. In a race that really had potentially 8 or 9 different winners in the last 30 laps of the race this year.
What you done?
Fastest lap of the race, 1:10.947 on lap number 5. Fabian Coulthard comes into pit lane in the Shell V-Power Racing Falcon.
Going for second in the championship today. Phil Keaty's race engineer
I'm just
deciding that now is the time to pit, and the reason for that quite simply trying to eliminate any chance of stacking during the safety car period. You can only service one car at a time. Fabian had to double stack on 2 occasions yesterday. It was double stacking for Fabian. And we'll hear also that apparently Reynolds is coming in next lap. Now that's aggressive because they're inside the top 5. He's got good car speed. I think that's why they'd be doing it. They're trying to get a bit of an undercut scenario. Meanwhile, definitely aggressive. We're hearing here that Fabian now will get a pit lane penalty for his entry into the lane, and that could just about be all she wrote for P2 in this championship.
They would have been asking to give blue flags for the past lap or so. Reynolds is in, and so too is Todd Kelly.
So this aggressive pit entrance,
Grass pit down there.
we talk about
When the cars go past.
how small that pit entrance is compared to other circuits we go to. You come in at race speed, you need to get down to 40 k's an hour, and 2 drivers are failing to do so. Thanks to Todd Kelly and Tim Slade.
Exactly.
Reynolds is on his way back out. There he goes.
Soon get about there.
2001 looking car sales Nissan.
Oh, look, who's
Last
coming
race with
back
Team
now.
Vortex before they become Autobahn Lounge Racing next year.
That dude's GoPro.
If their car's going to be an all-black
Oh,
car,
mate.
they're going to mix it up a bit, like they did a few years ago.
There he goes,
Slade rejoins, he'll spot it out. Panda here, because remember he was running down in 17th or 18th. He's got ahead of Todd Kelly, who's inside the top 10. Will come down to the fuel fill time on those 2 cars though.
Come off. He's going to leave it off.
Back on board with Winterbottom. Just lost a bit of touch now with Van Gisbergen. Reynolds has dropped himself down. Out of this battle pack. Faster car than the cars ahead.
Oi,
Trying to
have
get the
like that.
overlap
Chung,
when the
chung.
pit stop cycle commences. The final race of this year's Virgin Australia Supercars Championship. What an event this has been.
Tell me when you're going back. Everyone's leaning on this fence, just moving forward.
Get a couple more, because Paul's probably going to see you on
Winterbottom's got a lot of car speed today. So all that made up by getting that early pit stop lost and then started you probably would have lost close to 27 seconds yesterday in stacking.
Look what they've bottoming out.
So, not completely over yet. The important thing is he kept the lead lap. He got out ahead of Scott McLaughlin.
Just remember, they're doing 200 and something plus, and they're going to
Keep
bottom
on
out.
the
They're
fight.
getting
If
air.
the safety car was to come out.
Look how bad though.
Get it. Queue up on you'll lose track position. But should get a large chunk of time back should the Vodafone safety car come out. Now there's all the people last night for Chisel. My goodness, that was a seriously big crowd. We're hearing a bit of movement in the lane from Red Bull. That'd be Wing Cup. Boy, doing some bright happy slide.
Blanchard can get right up on the curb too to avoid contact with the retiring.
Bringing the driver. So what do Red Bull do? Do they bring in Wing Cup because he's second on the road?
Yep.
Obviously don't want to affect any chance of Wing Cup. Costing any points or anything like that as the ADA does come in, so that answers that question for us. Got very close to the big long tyre wall that's been put there. So Wing Cup pits of stacking in pit lane today. Now they need to drop him back into clear air. Now this should be interesting between him and Reynolds. That's where the fastest lap of the race here. Depending on how much fuel they decide to put in this car. Foot off the clutch, drop it down, foot off the clutch, business as usual for the 88.
What?
Is that Reynolds going by then? I believe it was. Count the new fastest lap of the weekend, 1:10.640.